What a week, huh?
Liv, it's Wednesday.
Hello and welcome to the Limited Wednesday podcast, where we're watching and discussing every episode of 30 Rock. I'm Liv Olcott. I've never seen 30 Rock before.
And I'm Jack Dalton, and I've seen every episode of 30 Rock. This week, we're talking about Season 2, Episode 7, Cougars. But before we go to there, how about you give us a follow on social media? We are on Instagram. We are on YouTube, where you can watch these episodes and highlight reels. Both accounts are Lemon It's Wednesday podcast. Very easy and self-explanatory there. But you can also reach out to us via email at lemonitswednesdaypodcast@gmail.com. So please write into us. We would be delighted to hear your thoughts on the podcast, on the show, on Liv or I's voices. Just, let us have it, unless you're going to be mean.
Wait, can I veto the voice thing, actually?
If you have thoughts on Liv's voice, you can DM me on Instagram.
Perfect. As long as I don't have to hear about it. Perfect.
I'll be her PR manager.
Somebody has to be. For this week's episode, Cougars was written by John Reggie, directed by Michael Engler, and aired on November 29th, 2007. Jack, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Liv.
There were 87 jokes in this episode.
And according to IMDb, this is the episode where Liz catches a lot of heat at the office when she starts dating a 20-year-old, quote, boy toy. And Jack takes charge of Tracy's pitiful youth baseball team and tries to turn it into a winner.
I feel like calling it pitiful is a little rude.
I mean, they're quite horrible, but...
They were only 0-17.
Oh, sorry, we're supposed to be at the game right now. 0-18. That is the Yankees.
Yeah, but that one's on Coach Tracy. I don't want to
That
talk
one is
about the
on Coach
Yankees this
Tracy.
year. I wear this hat for the podcast, not because of...
Well, that's perfect, because I don't want to talk about the Red Sox this year, except for guess who the only team they seem to be able to beat this season while they're also terrible? The Yankees.
Goddamn Yankees.
Oh, and that was Sports Corner with me, a man who never watches sports.
I'm actually kind of shocked that you knew that the Yankees and Red Sox have played each other yet this season.
Yeah. I am just I talk about this a lot since the World Cup has been on, but I'm like, whatever gene exists in the majority of humanity that makes them care about sports, I just don't have. And it
Yeah.
feels like I'm witnessing an alien race anytime there's anything about a sporting event.
Meanwhile, as I was waiting to begin this podcast, I was putting no less than 3 reminders in my calendar that volunteer positions for the LA 28 Olympics open next week. So I think I maybe have your gene of loving sports.
You probably do. Although that sounds really cool. I think that's more of like a cultural event, which I guess people could say about any single sporting event. But I mean, the Olympics actually being here, being able to volunteer at it, that's a whole different. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Well, that was that was the oft requested sports corner of the Lemon It's Wednesday podcast.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you. Before we dive into the episode, beat by beat, we, of course, first must make our offering to the patron saint of comedy, Tina Fey, by observing the rule of threes.
Is this a rule of threes, Cole?
You know what else there are? 3 strikes in baseball. Anyway,
Whoa.
each week I will share 3 fun facts about the production of the episode we're discussing. And we've got 3 quick ones here. So first of all, I wonder if you caught on to this, Liv, but the whole plot line with Tracy and Jack taking over the baseball team heavily mirrors the invasion of Iraq.
Okay. Can I just actually say thank God that this is the case, because I thought I had lost my mind. I was sitting there and I was like, wait a minute. It's
Yeah.
I recognize that banner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
the
that actually
banner-
makes me feel so much better.
There's so many layers to it. The banner being, I think, the most upfront,
Overt,
but,
yeah.
Well, yeah, overt. Well, and I'll dive into each of them as we cover the section. But yes, it's absolutely a satire on the invasion and occupation of Iraq in the 2000s.
And that is how you do it. Because I loved this week's episode, and we all know I had a bad time last week. I'm not enjoying myself. This, though, I was like, this fucking rocks. Like, if you're gonna do it, be funny about it. And I just feel like to the exact, and we'll talk about it, of course, like as we go throughout the episode, exact flip for me of how I felt last week. I was like, this is so brilliant. It is so funny. Like, this whole week, I was just like, let's go, 30 Rock. I was really, really happy about it.
Yeah. Well, it's taking a complicated social issue, socio-political issue of the time, and making a satire out of it and writing an entirely different plot line that just mirrors it, as opposed to, what if Liz was racist?
Yeah.
It's just so much less of a bummer.
And it just feels like a lot more, like, thought went into it. Genuinely. Yeah. Just like, yeah, Homeland Security, let's get them up. Like, genuinely well-crafted, important to talk about. Just as what happened last week was important to talk about, but just handled so much better.
Right. And frankly, every character in that plot line, in a sense, I mean, Jack, well, we'll talk about this. I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll get into it later. Maybe I'll remember how to finish that thought. But anyway, my second fact is specifically calling out the banner, as you mentioned, for our listeners who maybe do not remember this happening. But during the war in Iraq, George W. Bush, president at the time, had an infamous PR blunder where he was on an aircraft carrier giving a speech and had a banner behind him saying, "Mission accomplished." And that was the end of the war, right? That was the end? We weren't there for another 2 decades? Like, okay, cool. And so in this episode, we have a wonderful shot of Jack and Kenneth looking on a giant banner saying, "Fun times accomplished."
So good.
Really, really good. And number 3, this is kind of the final punchline of the episode, but Liz meeting her, as IMDb put it, boy toy's mother, who happens to look exactly like her. Well, Liv, there's a reason for that. Because Beth, the mother, is played by Laura Lynn Barrios, who was Tina Fey's stand-in on the series.
Of course she was.
Of course she was.
Of course she was. I was, like, really impressed with the Tina Fey lookalikes that they got.
It's like, where did they find this woman? Well, she was already on the set, apparently.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well,
for sure.
Liv.
Jack.
Have you finished ranting about Bush?
Remember that time somebody threw a shoe at him?
Oh, remember when politics was just fun?
I think about that all the time. Wait, we're like almost... No, we're still like a year away, because that was in like December of 2008, right?
I can't remember when the shoe thing happened.
Hang on.
Shoe corner.
December 14th, 2008.
Scarily good memory. Okay,
I looked it up to confirm.
Yes, well, but okay, you said this last episode too, because you just pulled an incredibly specific fact out of thin air, and then you confirmed that you were right, and I made a big deal about it, and you're like, well, I Googled it. Like, no, you knew the answer, and you just confirmed it via Google.
Okay, well, famously, friend of the pod, Ryan, said that I should become a prosecutor this morning, so...
That's true, yes. And I love that your response was, why?
Yeah, because I had forgotten that I had said something about it, because I don't remember anything... like pertinent to my life. But I'm a steel trap for some stuff. Like the one that actually always gets it's a big family joke now, and I realize we're nowhere near even talking about the episode yet, but here I am and I'm telling my story. Actually famously in 2007, I think it was. See, here's the thing, I don't remember what year this took place. My family went to Norway on a trip. And what I can tell you about that trip is one night it was raining really hard. So we were staying in our little cottage that we were staying in. Side note, it had a grass roof, and sheep sometimes ate the grass on the roof that rocked. Oh. It was raining really hard, so we stayed in to watch just like a movie or something, but there's nothing good on. So we watched an episode of Pimp My Ride, and the guy whose car got pimped, his name was West.
Sorry. I'm just astonished by the fact of you remembering the month and year of someone throwing a shoe at George W. Bush, but you don't remember when you yourself went to Norway.
I'm going to text my mom.
Okay. Well, as you do that, perhaps we should get into the episode.
I want to go to there.
Listeners, I should tell you I've had a glass of wine. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, we're going to be completely transparent here. Liv has had a glass of wine, and I have a cold that just won't go away. But you know what? We're going to tough it out for you.
Okay, let's see what they say.
Well, Liv, good news. We have another traditional cold open here. We just have a cute little fun little one-off bit to open the episode. It's the end of the workday. Liz is blowing off every single invitation coming her way for post-work activities. Instead, she would prefer to order takeout and stay in to binge Top Chef. And this, I've never felt closer to Liz.
I literally canceled a date today to do the exact same thing.
Good for you. Good for you.
But you know what's crazy about her night? It includes 3 things.
Yeah, I thought this might be where it was coming.
Dum, dum, dum.
Okay, in my defense, all the other groupings of 3s throughout the episode were like either about children or cougars. So I was like, I'm not touching that. Jack, fuck, marry, kill, a meatball sub with extra bread, a bottle of NyQuil, and a TiVoed episode of Top Chef.
Ooh. Okay, I'm fucking the meatball sub. I am killing the bottle of NyQuil, I guess, because, I mean, what is sleep that NyQuil brings you to but a little death? And then...
Whoa! My God!
I'm feeling poetic today. And then I'm marrying TiVoing Top Chef. I mean, what sounds more wholesome than that?
Jesus. Okay.
Anyway, listeners, I've gagged Liv, and so I'm going to move forward. Yeah, so I do want to highlight the 3 activities that Liz shuts down.
Yeah, I do have these written down too, and I was thinking about it.
Wonderful. So Frank and Lutz are planning to wander around Times Square pretending to be foreign. Jenna is getting drinks with recently divorced camera guy and legally separated sound guy is going to be
He'll be there too.
And Tracy is going to an animals-only strip club. So, Liv, if you were presented with all these, would you shut all of them down? Are you inclined to say yes to any one of them? What are your thoughts?
You would have to pay me to go to Times Square.
Very true. Yes.
It's literally ever. It's so overstimulating.
I was in New York last August. I had some time on my hand, and I was like, I'll just wander around the city. I'm like, I'll just walk over to Times Square. And as soon as I got there, I was like,
don't do that.
Why did I do this? I immediately left.
Don't do that. There was one year that my parents, and I don't remember what year it was, ended up in Times Square on Christmas Eve. One of the worst things that's ever happened to us, I think, maybe as a family.
No, thank you.
Getting drinks with recently divorced camera guy is interesting. Mainly because Jenna's there. And then legally separated sound guy just sort of throws it over the top. So that I would maybe do. Oh, we went to Norway in 2006. I was 8.
Oh, okay, great.
Thanks, Dad. Animals only strip club. Animals as, again, I would have the same question that Liz did.
Yeah.
Animals as the patrons or animals as the employees.
Yes.
That would make my decision for me, I think.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, as I mentioned, Liz turns all that down, and Jack comes over and completely calls her out. He knows exactly what she's doing, and he spoils the Top Chef finale for her. And really great little bit.
The long cheers at the end of the cold open, he just stands there. Just like that. I love that.
He's perfect. One other thing that happens is that when Liz is calling for her takeout order at the sandwich place or whatever restaurant she's calling, she gets identified immediately by her order. And so my question to you, Liv, is have you ever been identified as a regular at a restaurant or a just any sort of business?
No, because I feel like the places that I order from most often is I'm ordering through like an Uber Eats or a DoorDash. So if I have been identified, I'm not aware of it. Every year on my birthday, I get a sushi bowl. Yeah, so maybe. Yes. So like, does Finns know who I am? Probably. I got it last night.
I also got sushi last night. It's like we were together. We weren't actually listening.
No, we don't hang out outside of the podcast.
We live on each other's computers.
Coworkers. Yeah, have you?
I remember it because it rocks me to my core. It was the Starbucks inside the student center
In Curry.
at our alma mater. Yes. I remember, and the barista was so lovely. She was always there. And I went up once and I made my order. And then she's like, Jack, right? And I was like, yes. And the first wave of emotion I felt was, oh my goodness, how sweet. She knows me. Wow, I feel so seen. And then the second thought that came was, oh my God, how much money have I spent at the Starbucks?
And
that was
famously,
a bit of a moment.
we never got to become regulars at Rebecca's.
No, that's true. Oh, shut down. Greatest disappointment of my life.
Listeners, a sandwich shop on our alma mater's campus.
Yes, Liz Lemon would be there every single day.
She would.
Well, let's get into the main crux of the episode.
Yeah, we're only 18 minutes into the podcast?
Yeah.
It's fine.
All right, so let's start with the headline news. Tracy, Jack, and Kenneth. So, as part of his community service for hitting a police horse with his motorcycle, Tracy has been coaching a baseball team from Knuckle Beach, the worst neighborhood in New York.
Now, importantly, he does not say that he hit a police horse with this motorcycle. It's his motorcycle that hit the police horse. We don't know if he was involved.
No, he cannot be held responsible, except he was by the criminal justice system of New York.
Yeah, and...
Future prosecutor Liv Olcott weighing in.
And
well, he shares all this with Jack, and Jack is absolutely thrilled. His baseball team in Boston won a championship, and it was a big moment for him, teaching him how to dream big, how to be a winner, how to persevere despite the odds feeling stacked against you. And Tracy has brought the team with him, and the kids do not really have any real aspirational dreams. They do have dreams, but they're all completely wrapped into lower socioeconomic status stereotypes about being a doorman with a drinking problem. That's the only one that's coming to mind right now. I didn't write down the others.
One day I'll have an office like this to clean.
Really tough, but honestly, A+ line delivery from that child actor.
I'm gonna get hit by a bus and sue the city.
That's right.
Just
industrious.
A bummer all around.
And Jack, though, wants them to believe anything is possible. And the difference here is that they just need a good role model. And no, young child, not like R. Kelly or Michael Vick. Not a appropriate look of astonishment from Jack after the child says that. But this is where we dive in to Jack's involvement in the team. So the kids play at Jefferson Davis Park. Jefferson Davis, as the plaque says, was the one president of the Confederacy. Why would this be in New York? I suppose, again, it's Knuckle Beach, but it's in New York. And rightfully later on, we see the kids tearing it down with rope, which is brilliant. Anyway, the park is a shit show. Good. I'm glad the Confederacy Park is a shit show. Really cute line from Tracy here where he pulls the team into a huddle and says, all right, listen, that's enough. There's a weird dude standing over there and I don't want to get shot today. So great hustle, great practice. Okay, the weird dude is gone. Go home.
Yeah. I love
Stellar
that.
coaching.
Yeah.
Stellar coaching from Tracy. But the kids don't go home immediately because who pulls up in a limo other than Jack Donaghy? And importantly, Kenneth Parcell.
Mm-hmm.
One of the kids calls out, hey guys, it's that king we met. As Jack climbs out of the limousine.
God, that was good.
So yeah, he brought Kenneth and he brought new uniforms, again showing the Shineheart Wig Company logo, but this time it's free of any propaganda about them not poisoning rivers. So that's...
I did wonder if that was going to be like a cut-through callback. Like if like one of the kids turned around and it was talking about poisoning rivers, but I understand why that would have been like also way more expensive for props to do. That would have been funny.
Yeah. Well, I suppose in the last episode, the Shineheart Wig Company turned a bunch of children orange, and this year they're turning them blue.
Get the whole rainbow. Skittles!
There you go. Shineheart Skittles. Well, Jack says, they got new uniforms, of course, because they have to dress to impress. Like that charity he sponsors where they donate tuxedos to the homeless.
Brother.
Really, really great. Well, later on, Tracy comes to Jack's office, and Jack is in the middle of brainstorming with Kenneth. He wants to know which books to give to the kids to improve their performance. He says, quote, which biography about Winston Churchill do you think would improve Rashid's bunting?
And which would? Jack, it's a great question.
It's a very good question. But, Tracy doesn't think so. Tracy thinks that Jack doesn't know the people or the neighborhood, but Jack says that doesn't matter. And yes, here we are with the invasion in Iraq parallels. Jack, much like the United States, and he also calls it out in this episode. He's like, well, it's just like this great country of ours and what George W. Bush is doing all over the world. We don't need to know the country. We don't need to know the politics. We don't need to know the leadership or the cultural implications or considerations of wherever we're bringing the United States Army. We're just going to go in there and impose all of our ideals and our belief system over it, and it'll go perfectly well. It's not like we're going to install a leader that we are aligned with, and that's not going to blow up in our face at all because it goes against the culture and history of the region. No, that would never happen. That is the plot line of both real life in the Middle East with the United States and this episode. Anyway, again, calling out to the very specific callouts here when Jack mentions George W. Bush. This is a great Tracy episode, the more I think about it. He says, Bush, now I don't want to go on a rant here. And they sit in silence because, as he said, he didn't want to go on a rant, so he didn't.
That was a moment that, I have really been thinking about since seeing this episode. I absolutely loved that.
There's a lot of great bits like this. I'm thinking there's a similar one at some point where he says something along the same lines and he's like, someone stop me. He's just so used to being interrupted. And this is a great version of that joke. And well, Jack again says none of that matters, and they've already been considering how to make improvements to the field. Kenneth, show him the drawing. Kenneth shows a picture that is not a drawing of a new field, but instead a tall green monster attacking New York City and being attacked by rockets. He realizes, upon the blank looks on their faces, that it's the wrong thing, and he says, oh, sorry, this is my dream journal. They've all come true so far.
What do you mean? So He's really getting emotional about that one.
Such a great episode. Well, it's time to upgrade the field. The kids are tearing down the Jefferson Davis statue, as they should be.
Good for them.
Jack, dressed as an admiral with a cigar.
Yeah, that was also one of the moments that I was like, hang on, are we doing something here?
Yeah. He and Kenneth are standing there looking proudly upon the fun times accomplished banner.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh no, the kids are losing the baseball game. One of my favorite lines of the episode, Jack saying, there was nothing Churchillian about that performance. Churchillian, underused adjective, I would say. And the kids also aren't wearing their uniforms. And Tracy, again, with the local knowledge, informs Jack, you can't wear blue in Knuckle Beach, which is hard because jeans go with everything.
And they do. They go with everything.
It's really difficult. And Jack, though, again, not heeding Tracy's advice, pushes him aside. He's fired. He's no longer the coach of the team that he was established as the coach of for community service.
Yeah.
And Kenneth is now in charge.
So, hang on. Again. How? And that would be me at his hearing.
Yeah. It would just be one question, how?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've been outside of the 30 Rock for a little bit, so let's return to the building. And let's follow Liz for a little bit.
Oh, shall we?
Huge news in the writer's room. There's a cute coffee delivery boy, and his name is Jamie. Jenna, upon seeing him, wonders who ordered the veal. Really setting up the cougar, the red line of this episode. And Liz tells Jenna to stop trying. He's a fetus. And this prompts Jamie to call Liz a sexy librarian, which, I mean, I would be flustered if someone said that to me. And she
Absolutely.
is. She says something along the lines of, like, what? Sexy? No, stop. You are. Shut up. Just very confident.
My girl.
The thing is, we rightfully hated on Liz last episode, but I feel like there's something about this episode I've never felt closer to her in
she's back.
Every single one of her
back,
interactions.
baby. No, we're good.
Yeah.
That's my girl.
And you know who else I've never felt closer to? Frank Rossitano, because he is smitten with Jamie. He is like, my God, that boy is adorable, and he is completely taken with him. Lutz tries to mock him for being gay, but in the best turn possible, no one takes the bait. He tries to rag on Frank, like we've seen character after character in this writer's room rag on absolutely everyone else.
Yeah.
And no one follows. And I love Lutz's delivery of, why isn't this more fun?
Yeah. And Frank just being like, yeah, I think I am gay. For him specifically.
Yeah, he owns it. And everyone is kind of like, okay.
When you know, you know.
What a progressive writer's room for this scene only.
And we'll never see it again.
Never again. Well, you know who we do see again? Jamie. He comes to Liz's office, and Frank enters too.
Of course he
wants
does.
He wants to know if Jamie just came from working out or if he's naturally veiny. And Liz says,
Frank.
beat it. Beat it, you freak.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie's here to invite Liz out Saturday night to a gallery opening that his friend is DJing at. Liz is free because she'll be, and I quote, just gelling like Magellan.
No. Don't say that.
But, she's reluctant. She is very aware of the age difference between them, and she comes to learn that Jamie is not aware of the age difference between them because upon being asked how old he thinks she is, he says, 29. Listeners, I'm 29. And watching this episode this year in my life kind of hurt.
Yeah, a little bit of a bummer, huh?
And though she plays along, he says, wow, you're really good at guessing ages. And he shares that he's 25. So in this fantasy that they've cooked up, there's only 4 years between them. So there would be nothing weird about them going out together.
Yeah, that's
and so
totally
she decides,
acceptable.
you know what, she'll go. And this is when Frank re-enters. He bought Jamie a sweater. And no, Jamie does not need any help trying it on.
Importantly, a slim-fitting French cut sweater that was not on sale.
Right.
This is the first sweater Frank Positano has purchased in his life.
I think so.
Yeah.
Jamie just, shrugs Frank off and he says to Liz that he'll pick her up at 10. Her response, at night?
At night?
Which again, I've never felt closer to you, Liz Lemon.
Yeah.
And before we leave the scene, Liz and Frank have a quick opportunity to debrief what's going on. Liz does not think that you can be gay for one person unless you're a lady and you meet Ellen. Again, simpler times, 2007.
Yeah.
But, Frank very sweetly is like, then maybe I guess I have some things to figure out. I have some serious thinking to do. It's scary, but exciting. Like, good for you, Frank.
Sweet.
I mean, I'm really excited for you. And then we go to Liz and Jenna in the dressing room. And this whole scene is delightful. Jenna has really just banger after banger line in this scene. They're debriefing. Liz cannot believe that she agreed to this. She feels really ridiculous. But Jenna's like, oh my God, like a cute boy thinks you're hot. Like, own it. Go with it. And, these rules are meant to be broken. She has this line. These things happen, Liz. I had my no sex with Asians rule, but one day you walk into Sharper Image and there's Quan.
And what are you going to do,
Well, what do you do? Sometimes you're just presented with Quan. And what are you going to do? And yeah, so Jenna says roll with it, even though Liz is having cold feet. They're cougars. Liz has never heard the term cougars, which even in 2007 I find a bit surprising. But, we needed someone to outline the thesis of the episode. And so Jenna enlightens Liz about what a cougar is. Again, if you've watched this episode, you know what it is. If you've existed for the last few decades, you know what this is. But I will define it again. It's an older woman relative to the younger man who she pursues either for a romantic or sexual relationship. Mm-hmm. And Jenna learned about it because there was a whole article about it in Vanity Fair. The one with the Crisis in Africa cover. God, it makes her so sad that more people don't know about cougars.
I want to be her so bad.
I don't think I'd caught that joke until this watch through of the misdirect of God. I wish it makes me so mad that more people don't know about not the Crisis in Africa, but cougars. And also the wide variety of topics that Vanity Fair covers, from the Crisis in Africa to cougar.
Yeah. It's a multifaceted news corporation.
It is. And we know Jenna suggests that Liz does do some shopping. Abercrombie and Fitch and to find a ring pop to suck on. Liz does not want to go to Abercrombie and Fitch. The music is way too loud there.
It is
and
way
this
too
is
loud in
where,
there.
ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take you back to the year 2010, where young Jack in middle school was doing an interchange program over the summer where there was a German delegation of kids my age who came and lived with us for 2 weeks, and then I would go to Germany and live with them for 2 weeks. It was a wonderful, very delightful experience. We took them to Boston for one of the days while we were in the city, while we were in the US. And were they interested at all in the cultural history of Boston?
No.
Were they interested in the sights to see in the city of Boston?
Definitely not.
No. The common refrain from the German friends, and something I say every day, I see this Abercrombie, is, can we go to Abercrombie and Fitch now? They really wanted to shop at Abercrombie and Fitch.
The 21st century freedom trail.
Exactly.
It's kind of like how everyone who's been coming to Boston for the World Cup is like fascinated by Bass Pro Shops and ranch. Like, did you see the thing that TSA is having, like, has a designated ranch bucket this summer?
Yeah. We're living in an astonishing time. Yeah.
Yay.
Well, before we leave the dressing room, Frank appears, and he's experimenting with his wardrobe. Hat says handyman. He's wearing a red and white striped tank top that's tucked into black pants with a belt. He has the tiniest purple neck scarf tied around his neck.
Yep.
And he, with all the confidence in the world, rightfully so, looks at Jenna and says, "Sorry, Jenna, I'm probably gay now. It's not going to happen between us." And then he hip dances in the mirror, watching himself. I'll say he's never been hotter.
Yeah,
he's never looked better.
Literally nothing to say.
He's absolutely perfect. And Jenna and Liz, I think both are kind of like, okay, like watching him do his dance in the mirror, feeling himself.
Sure, get down with your bad self.
Absolutely good for him. And this takes us to the date itself. And the first note I wrote down was that Liz here will appreciate is, oh my God, Jamie is dressed like Dan Humphries.
Yeah, he really is.
Which makes sense because it's 2007. He's 20, as we come to learn in this scene. And he's got this button down, a vest for no reason.
No.
For no reason at all.
There's never a reason for the vest.
Other than this makes me look artsy and hip, I think, said everyone in 2007.
And I know you had a vest in 2007. I know you did.
I was 10. No, I didn't.
And
I was 10 and I knew better. So let's just leave it at that. Dan Humphrey. Enemy number 1 of this podcast, Dan Humphrey.
Yeah. I hate
he's from Gossip Girl, listeners, in case you didn't know.
And if you don't know, good. Don't find out.
Yeah. Only learn about Blair Waldorf. Anyway, back to the show. Jamie wants to go to another bar by 4 a.m. And this is where Liz caves. She immediately caves and says, "I'm 37. Please don't make me go to Brooklyn."
I'm with her. I get it. It's
absolutely
hard.
With her. And oh dear. Oh, and this is where we learned that Jamie is actually 20 years old. So instead they have a 17-year age difference between them instead of just 4 years. And again, I mean, later in life, I feel like age differences mean less and less. But for someone who's 20 years old and can't legally order a drink at a bar to be with a 37-year-old woman, I think Liz is rightfully thrown by this new information. And what else is she thrown by? Oh, Jack is there with a younger woman. And great final line of the scene. "Oh, when will death come?"
I'm going to take that. Like, that's awesome.
It's really good.
So let's finish up this plot line. Jack comes up to Liz at this gallery and delivers just a stellar Jackism. "Lemon, what happened? Did you take an Ambien with your friends, and sleepwalk here?"
Really good.
But no, Jack, she's here on a date. Jack immediately recognizes Jamie as the coffee intern. And when Jamie sort of slips away because there's a new bartender and he's going to see if this one will serve him, another banger line. "Did you meet during an Amber Alert?"
Ruthless. Absolutely ruthless.
100%. But really, he's all for it, you know? A younger
Yeah.
companion is the key to life, an ultimate status accessory. And Liz makes an excellent point. You know, you can do that, Jack, but it's really different for women, and it is. But Jack is still standing by that, you know, to that clueless boy over there, you're a catch. And she is a catch. I mean, to anyone, but specifically to that clueless boy over there. He wants to know why she's so against having fun. But Jack, she's not against having fun. She went under her roof yesterday.
This was on my first watch, the moment where I thought, oh God, I'm Liz.
Yeah.
And then I rewatched the episode. I'm like, oh God, almost every single word out of her mouth I resonate with in this episode.
I really stand with her this week. But Jack gives her some advice, you know, buy him some gifts. Never give him your home phone number. And if you set a curfew, stick to it. I feel like that's a good relationship advice, you know, kind of across the field.
Yeah, I wrote that down and I was thinking, I'm currently tiptoeing back into the dating scene, and these are rules that I will keep in my back pocket.
Yeah, and let's live by it. I think it's a great idea.
The date that you blew off tonight, did you give them your phone number, or have you bought them any gifts, and did you set a curfew?
I set the curfew, which is 5 p.m.
I'm not coming.
Yeah, I set the curfew, which is I'm not going. And I certainly haven't spent any money, so we're good.
Good for you. Good for you. Just checking.
Yeah. The next day that Liz is in the office, Sari comes up and asks if, you know, did I see you out and about? What's going on here? Sari being absolutely convinced that Liz is divorced is a real favorite of mine.
Yeah, it's really good.
She's on board with the boy toy. And she's so cute about it, too. She's like, that's the spirit. So good.
Yeah. She's happy. Lots of people are supportive of really everyone in this episode, actually. It's a very supportive team.
This did make me think, though, is she still getting married? Like, are we coming back to that?
We'll come back to it.
Okay. It has only been like a handful of episodes, but I want to know more about what's going on there.
As you should.
But guess who also has a younger beau? As I wrote in my notes, for some reason I've never used that word before in my life. It's Jenna.
It is
Let's
indeed.
meet Jenna's beau, shall we?
Let's do it.
This is Aiden. Hi. Guess you're not the only cougar in town. Aiden is a freshman at NYU. Aren't you, Aiden?
Sure. Give me change for a soda.
But you just had one.
Whatever.
Oh, no, don't you whatever me. Hey, what did I say about you wearing your Heelys inside? Aiden, wait up. Aiden.
Aiden!
The way that she's like trying to run after him in her heels. So funny.
I almost did a spit take when the kid started healing his way away from the scene.
Yeah.
Did you ever have Heelys?
No, I would break every single bone in my body and also the body of others around me.
So I feel like I mentioned this on the podcast before, but I did have Heelys in the 3rd grade, but I never wore the wheel because of the same reason I didn't think I had the coordination for it. I just liked how the shoes looked.
Yeah, they were cool shoes, but I was so scared of the wheels.
Yeah, scared of the wheel and only cared about how the shoe looked is maybe the gayest thing about me in 3rd grade.
And the best that you had.
Yes, thank you. No! I didn't have a vest.
I don't believe you. I'm going to text your mom.
Go ahead.
Now, the writers in the writers' room, again, are really like trying to find somebody to make fun of. And this time it's Liz, but she will not be swayed. She has a boy toy and they look awesome together.
They do.
And it's great, you know, for once, Liz doesn't really have to consider anybody else's feelings. All she knows is he's super cute and laughs at all her jokes, which I get it. Do great things.
Yeah. Right, absolutely. She's not looking for anything serious with this guy. She's just getting like a lot of fun out of it. And you know what? Good for her.
Absolutely nothing wrong with it except for the 17-year age gap.
Yeah, that makes it questionable.
Mm-hmm.
But again, women and men.
I just feel like if there's only 3 years between the age gap and the age of one of the participants in the relationship. I don't know. Yikes.
That's true. And if I'm doing my quick math in my head correctly, he doesn't fit the half your age plus 7 rule.
Half of 37 is 16.
It's 18 and a half.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So, yeah,
half of
yeah,
37?
Yeah. Right?
So true. Yeah.
Because 36 is 18.
Yeah.
18 and a
You
half.
know, you're so right. You're so right. Yeah. So he's
So
not.
you'd have to be 25 and a half.
And he is not. Famously.
He's not. We can tell you after looking into it, listeners, he is not,
He's not.
25 and a half.
But what he is in the writer's room. He's here to deliver some coffee and to ask Liz out to lunch. Oh. He had a really nice time. He really likes her. And I think this is awesome. She's like, I can't do lunch. I have too much work. But look, I bought you a video game.
I forget about this joke every time because I think the funniest thing about it is how quickly it cuts away from Jamie after he says, BioShock, scene over.
Well, hang on. Scene's not over. Scene is changing.
Correct. Scene is
because
morphing.
The other thing that I was considering making you fuck, marry, kill were the 3 gifts given this episode. Well, I guess actually, never mind. There's 4, so I couldn't have done it a different way. Because Frank gives 2.
Fuck,
and Liz
marry,
gives
kill,
2.
and kill again.
So true. Frank made Jamie a painting.
Did he?
It's called
What's it
One-Armed
called?
Mermaid That's Part Unicorn with Bigfoot.
It's a beautiful title.
Of a beautiful painting. There's a little rainbow in the corner because gay, I guess.
It is. None of the figures painted depicted in the painting are smiling. They're all just staring with a haunting gaze.
Mm-hmm. And I want this painting, and I want it right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Listeners, send it to us.
And
we'll establish a P.O. box.
Yeah.
And you can send Liv the painting.
Thank you. I want it. And so
Judah
does Jamie.
Friedlander,
Jamie
if you're
takes
out
it.
there.
Jamie does take the painting. He doesn't seem enthused about it, but he takes it.
I mean, what are you going to do? A similar thing just happened with my mom and my grandparents. My nanny saying, here's a painting you can put up at the Cape House. And my mom said, thank you. It's enormous, Liv.
Of course it is.
It's the
Of course
largest
it
thing
is.
you've ever seen. And we get in the car afterwards, and my dad says, why did you could have just said no. And my mom said, no, I couldn't.
No, she couldn't. That's insane.
She and Jamie went to the same school of etiquette.
Yeah, and I taught the class. Poor Frank. He's so sad as Jamie walks away. Looks Liz deep in her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Be good to him with a gentle pat on her shoulder.
I have so much respect for Frank in this episode. Not only is
100%.
he, I know it's all one big joke, but like he is in universe, like experimenting with his sexuality. Yeah. He's trying to learn to know himself a bit better. He's consistently putting himself out there to try to court this boy. Mm-hmm. And when he realizes it's just not going to happen, he looks at the competition and says, good for you. Take good care of him. Like, it's good for you, Frank.
We do have one more try from Frank, though, which is...
That's true, we do.
Frank's just waiting for him in the hallway. He can't take it anymore. What are we doing? I can't do this, Sam and Diane. They're not doing anything. Jamie's not gay.
No.
To which Frank responds, neither am I. That's what makes this perfect. 2 straight guys who want to enjoy each other's bodies. Let 2 straight guys enjoy each other's bodies. Why not?
Yeah, right, exactly.
I'm for it. But Jamie's totally not. Fine. And Frank, this time he takes it. He completely understands. He's not going to force our relationship here. We get to date night with Liz and Jamie. The second he opened the door to this apartment, I knew what was about to happen because that apartment is so nice. It was like 20 years old in New York. I don't think so. She gives him another gift, a leather bracelet. It's so ill. I missed that saying. I never knew what that one meant.
Oh yeah, it's so cool. It's sick. It's another word for sick. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I guess.
sick, ill. You know, we were just experimenting with things at the time.
Look, just like Frank.
Much like Frank. Yep. Nice.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And Jamie, consistently blown away by Liz. He's never been in a cab with less than 7 people before. Which I get, having been poor and young in a city. And then they look at each other in the mirror and they go, we look awesome together. And they look nice.
They do.
Until, bye, Mom, I'm taking off. And here comes Tina Fey stabbed him. And Liz, to her credit, the second she really realizes, oh, that's what we look like.
Yep.
Shuts it down. Shut it down. Let's go. And now it's so awkward at work.
Yeah.
But Jack says, don't worry about it. All May December relationships end in humiliation.
If you go into a relationship like that with that expectation, at least you won't be surprised.
Exactly.
Sure, you can take it easier.
Exactly. But, he's still proud of Liz for doing it, putting herself out there, having a little bit of fun. It's the first date she's been on since she broke up with Floyd.
Yeah.
Floyd, we still
That's
talk
tough.
about you. I miss him. But, just keep putting yourself out there. It's always good to have that younger relationship to kind of make yourself feel good. Not all the time, though, because we do pass Jenna and Aiden screaming at each other, having the stop repeating what I say, stop repeating what I say, no, stop it, why are you doing that, fight.
Yeah.
That then escalates into Aiden slapping Jenna with her own hand, going, why are you hitting yourself? Thank God Jack is off the market with his company. The company is his girlfriend. It gives him all the care that he's ever going to need. He's definitely not dating a Democratic. I don't know. What are you talking about?
No. Yeah. Absolutely.
He panicked so hard.
Flawless recovery from Jack Donaghy there.
Which is great because the whole episode I was sitting there being like, where the fuck is Ece Bapcum? All right. Let's rewind a bit. Back to the party that they're at. Jack gets a call from Kenneth. Importantly, it is 1 a.m. That is canonically discussed.
Yes.
Kenneth is calling from work. He looks rough. Practice did not go well. Jack is unswayed by this. They're just testing our resolve. We have to stay the course. Of course, they're going to be pushing back now that Tracy's left.
Did you feel an ache in your heart when it cuts to show Kenneth sitting at the page desk, covered in bruises, his shirt torn up, and his first line is, "Sir, conditions have deteriorated."
Yeah, all those children, they're on my list.
It's fair.
Tracy walks by, also in the 30 Rock studios at 1 a.m. Don't worry about it. Kenneth tries to talk to him, but Tracy says, "You'll hear all I have to say in my book. Betrayal, : what really happened with my baseball team, disaster at Knuckle Beach, ? Yeah,
any character in this episode who names a work of art, flawless. No
Masterful.
Notes on on the 5 line length titles that people are coming up with.
Absolutely. People should be calling stuff long things again. I stand by it.
Yeah, people heard
Next-
about economy of language in storytelling and said, what if we didn't?
Don't make me think about economy of language right now. I, again, already had a glass of wine. Next
Economy is
practice. Yeah, things are chaos. The children have now turned on each other. They are destroying everything Jack bought for them, except the bats. Kenneth is, really standing in, I think it was better with Tracy here, with Mr. Morgan. Jack still standing firm. He didn't understand what had to be done. He had to go. Kenneth notices that the children have spotted them and takes off full sprinting. And Kenneth is fast because Jack takes off not long after, and he is fully gone.
Oh, he grew up on a farm. He's a runner.
He can run. I
Mhm.
get it. So back at the office, Jack and Tracy need to talk. You know, it's hard for Jack to admit when he's made a mistake. So he won't. Kenneth will. And because
Great
of
line delivery from Jack there.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I love the way Alec Baldwin says, like, it's hard for me to admit when I make a mistake, so I won't.
won't.
He just pivots to
Yeah.
Kenneth without
And
looking
Kenneth
at
will.
him.
Kenneth absolutely
Mhm.
will. And because of his arrogance, the team is in complete chaos. To which, like, Tracy really knows these kids when they sort of share what's been going on. And Tracy's immediately, like, up with why that wouldn't work. He really does, like, kind of care about the team. They have two options, the way that Jack sees it. They can cut and run, betray the people we made commitments to, or form a coalition. Tracy is initially against this idea, but when presented with letters that each child painstakingly and beautifully wrote for him, asking him to come back, he says he will if he doesn't have to read the letters. But don't worry, Jack will
Fair
pay
enough, man.
someone to read them to him.
He's so
And
considerate.
he has a plan. One word. Surge. That's two words.
Another excellent immediate cutaway from the scene.
Yeah.
The editors really just knew how it went. Maybe it was the episode was running long and they're like, we can't have any dead space. But I like to choose that. They're just like, end of
Yeah,
scene.
and we're done. And Surge works. The plan completely works. Next game, the score is 19-2. Sounds like the Red Sox playing the Yankees.
Yeah, it really does.
Really buff. And so what actually was the plan? Oh, bringing Grizz.com as ringers.
Right. And they're children, right?
Yeah, those Dominican birth certificates that Jack has completely confirms it. And they each get one line that's so good. After Grizz hits a homer, he's jogging to first base. He goes, that one goes out to W.S. Churchill.
He read the Churchill book.
He did. And .com, next up at bat, as he walks up, just goes, man, this is embarrassing. And those really two are the full two plot lines in this episode. You think that we're done. We get the executive producer. Oh, no. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Frank's at the club. The gay club, too.
Mm-hmm.
And he has come to a realization. He's not gay. Just gay for Jamie. There are these two beautiful men that he's been dancing with. They're great, fun to dance with, smell amazing. It's just not for him.
Mm-hmm.
And as we go to full credits, a house version of Muffin Top plays.
It's a great transition into the rest of the credits.
It's stellar.
Of course, Muffin Top by Jenna Maroney would be playing.
Oh,
in a gay club.
yeah,
Like, that is the most
charting.
realistic thing on the planet. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
They have her entire discography playing there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just Jenna Maroney night at that club. You know?
Yeah.
Well, what an episode. Jack, what did you think?
What an episode. Just really delightful all around. I think part of what honestly took me by surprise with this rewatch is how positive this episode was. Like, in terms of outlook. Like, I feel like 30 Rock itself is oftentimes quite a cynical show. Like, it's very funny and zany and goofy, but I feel like the outlook of the show is oftentimes quite cynical.
Sure.
And that's where a lot of the comedy comes from. But in this episode, everyone is really lifting everyone else up, even if they're incredibly misguided. Like Jenna saying, go for it. Jack is saying, Liz, good for you. You're great. Go for it. And also, I'm going to, like, these kids deserve a good role model. I'm going to try, misguidedly, to be that for them.
Yeah.
Tracy is also looking out for the kids. Like, Frank is just having a really adorable self exploration journey. Like, everyone's just kind of having a very wholesome time in this episode, regardless of their method. And that really caught me off guard. Like, it was just kind of a positive time to be in the 30 Rock building. We covered a lot of my overarching thoughts of the episode at the beginning in our little prologue there. The
way back when.
The satire on the war in Iraq is just really expertly done in this episode. I think this is like a case study on how the show can pull this off. And it does make it, especially when it's one episode after a plot line that fails to pull it off, that much more apparent. And so it was a nice palate cleanser there and just really, really expertly done. The Cougars conversation, especially at this time of the 2000s, was kind of everywhere. Like, I think the Courtney Cox show Cougar Town came out like maybe like 2 years later after this show.
Cougar Town.
Yeah. So the Cougar was kind of like the pop culture moment, like, of the late 2000s. And so I'm not surprised they did a episode about it, and it's just very funnily done. Yeah, I just had a great time with this episode, really. How about you?
I absolutely feel the same. I mean, definitely, as I also said up top, had a tough time last week. So just getting back to just like, okay, this is a show that I love, characters that I adore, doing things that I don't feel terrible about.
Yeah.
And it was just really funny and really smart, and really a lot of thought, I think, and care went into like the production of this episode, which I adored. I also, this is, it's close to one of my predictions and hopes for Liz. I just want her to end up with someone who is hot and stupid.
That's true.
So we're getting there.
We're getting there. Work in progress.
I don't think Jamie will be the one.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to see Jamie again.
And I think that's okay.
Yeah.
But that is sort of kind of the dynamic. All I know is he's super cute and laughs at all my jokes, because isn't that at the end of the day all we all want?
That's all. That, at least right now, that's all Liz wanted, and that's what she got, and so good for her.
Yeah. So I loved this episode. Really done it.
Good.
Well, Jack, you're wanted on the stage.
Oh.
Blerg! Well, every week before we look up and leave the studio, we're going to close out by sharing some highlights from the episode. Big Fright Week here, so of course we have a lot of hats. Maybe I think the most we've ever had.
Absolutely. It's astonishing to see them all written out.
We have Olay, Power Tool, Beef, a favorite of mine, Got It, Handyman, as previously mentioned in his experimentational outfit day, Right Boot, and Burrito.
They're all incredible.
They're really good.
All really, really good.
Yeah.
I appreciate the forwardness of Power Tool. Like that.
Yeah, for sure.
That one jumps out to me. All right. Well, the Revenge of the Nerds moment, pop culture moment of the time, it has to be Jamie's elation at receiving BioShock, the video game.
He's thrilled. Aren't we all?
He's thrilled.
I remember playing BioShock. It was fun.
Yeah, very fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. Our time capsule moment, just sort of like more generally what was going on in the world at this time, could, similar to BioShock, it could only be one thing. The idea of TiVoing an episode of anything, specifically Top Chef.
Yeah. TiVo Top Chef.
Yeah.
Just words you don't hear anymore. Yeah. All right. Well, what scene or moment earned Jane Krakowski the Emmy? We haven't talked about this, but my suggestion would be the dressing room scene. I mean, all the stuff with Aiden is really funny, but I think she just has so many incredible lines in the dressing room scene. I think we see a lot of the Jenna that I know and love starting to emerge in the show. And it's something about the way she says, "We're Cougars," and the way she just lives in the word cougar every time she says it. The Vanity Fair Crisis in Africa bit, like her astonishment with Frank and like delight with Frank. Like it's a very good scene for her.
So I have written down, can it be the way that she pronounces the word cougars? So perfect.
Cougars.
Just like specifically that word. She really makes a meal out of it, and it's amazing. What were your favorite lines this week?
I'm looking through my list, and I think we've called out every single one of them.
Excellent.
It was really just like a machine gun of jokes this episode.
Yeah.
Like so many incredible lines. Where did you two meet at Amber Alert? Is
so good.
Cutting. The Knuckle Beach. You can't wear blue, which is hard because jeans go with everything. All the Winston Churchill jokes. Like, God, it really is just like an embarrassment of riches with this episode.
I had
there
all
was
those
something
too.
very Churchillian about the writing in this episode.
Oh, very good. The only one that I think we didn't specifically read out was when Tracy goes to talk to Jack the first time, as he's sort of splayed out on the couch. He goes, "Practice, meetings, what is this, a marriage?" That would make me laugh really hard. And I love Lemon. What happened? Did you take an Ambien with your friends? Yeah, it's like, fuck here. That's so good. Oh man.
Oh, a Jack Donaghy classic.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any favorite visual gags?
Yes, two that I loved so much. The first was Frank's outfit experimentation with the tank top and tiny ineffectual scarf. But the one that had to do it for me was Kenneth's dream journal page. So funny.
It's incredible. There's so many visual gags in this episode. I mean, there's the fun times accomplished banner, the Heelys, and of course the final punchline of the episode, the mom looking exactly like Tina Fey.
Good.
Like there's a bunch of great options. The dream journal that one sneaks up on me every time.
You can't go wrong really with anything that it is shown in this episode.
Well, who's your MVP, Liv?
I'm torn between two. Can you go first?
I imagine mine is one of your two. Is one of your two Frank? Because I'm selecting Frank.
Okay, perfect.
Like I mean, there's nothing else to say. I've covered it.
Okay, so Frank was one of my two, and then my other is Tracy. I thought he had a great episode. Yep. He was so funny, and again, I've said this many times. I love when Tracy just like drops something that is like incredibly accurate about the current state of the world. And I don't want to go on a rant about Bush. It was so funny. Absolutely loved it.
I still can't stop thinking about just like Colonial Williamsburg. He's a legend. He's a legend.
He is. He's so good.
Well, that's perfect because while we were recording, I had written down Frank beforehand and I forgot about it. And as we were talking about the episode, I'm like, oh, maybe Tracy will be my MVP. And then it's like, oh, I selected Frank. Good. So we covered all of our bases here.
Perfect.
It's Tracy and Frank.
Great. Yeah, it's their episode.
Okay. And so for anyone who maybe didn't listen to last week's episode, first of all, what are you doing?
How'd you get
back
here?
And listen. Are you lost?
Yeah. This was such a plot-driven show.
Right. Did you drink some wine and sleepwalk here?
I'm not going to remember this episode.
Anyway, we decided last week that because the show is very much unpredictable when it comes to plot lines, we're kind of retiring the generalized Liv gives her predictions about what's going to happen later in the show. Instead, we're going to structure it around the episode title for next week. I'm going to give Liv the episode title, and she's going to tell us what she thinks it means and what it might produce next week. And Liv, season 2, episode 8 is called Secrets and Lies.
Okay. I mean, if this was like a primetime prestige drama, it would be about Jack and Ece Bapcum.
Sure, yeah.
But that feels too cognizant for the show. So I think it's going to be Tracy doing something like just absolutely insane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, some of the episodes are like hyper specific to what's happening in the plot line of the episode. Others, like this one, are quite vague. And as a result, I actually have no idea what happens the next episode. I mean, once I start it, I'll remember everything. But like just on the title alone, I'm actually like, oh God. And also because season 2, like especially the middle of season 2, I know a little bit less, I think, like the back of my hand, as opposed to other seasons of the show. And so, yeah, I'm like, Secrets and Lies, what does that mean? We're going to find out together.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to lock in. It's either like Tracy doing something absurd, or it'll be kind of more of the Jack and Cece. Cece is Ece Bapcum's character's name. Something like that.
Celeste Cunningham.
My girl. They made a Lifetime movie
dog
about
took
her.
her face and gave her a better face to change the world.
The Celeste Cunningham story. Another insanely long title.
I know. It's a joke that'll never get old. It always makes me laugh. Okay, well, that's all for this week, listeners. We're really in rare form this week.
Yeah.
So until next time,
happened.
You can find us on Instagram and YouTube at Lemon It's Wednesday Podcast.
And you can email us about which biography about Winston Churchill you think would improve our podcasting at lemonitswednesdaypodcast@gmail.com. Clearly, we need it.
Yeah, I think after today we do that. I'm Jack
Yeah.
Dalton.
I'm Liv Olcott. See you next Wednesday.
We got a boogie gang.